So you're about to do your first injection. It's overwhelming, right? All the information you're getting. Well, I'm about to show you a friend of mine who FaceTimed me when he was doing his first injection. Now, the footage is a little rough. This was never intended to be content. This was just intended to be a visual diary to give him something to look back on as he started the first day of the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
Your life is about to change. You can do this.
Press of a button.
With the click of your magic wand, your obesity will soon be gone.
I'm about to put my obesity in remission. All right.
You know you can do this, right?
Yeah.
Are you nervous that your life is going to be so awesome?
I don't know why I'm so nervous.
It's okay to be nervous. This is your first day of your last journey.
Yeah. All right. Count with me.
What are we counting to? 3? 2. 3. Click it. There you go. Look at me. You got it. You did it.
That was it?
That's it.
I didn't even feel it.
It didn't.
It's not wet around there, so it got in.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God, I'm so skinny already.
Oh my God, look at you. The difference.
I'm trying to close.
Okay, so that's my friend. And I think that what he was going through is what a lot of us go through when we first start this. We've done the shot. Now what? It's almost like you have this just big lead up and you do it and then you realize it's going to take a couple days. So I'm gonna walk you through what happened the week I did my first shot. I was excited for my medication to come in the mail. I didn't even bother with trying to get it covered through insurance. I wasn't going to go through all the hassle that I hear and get the emotional ups and downs. I went to Compound immediately, answered some questions. I qualified. They shipped it to me relatively fast. And guess what happened? It sat in the refrigerator for a month. I mean, a solid month. And I didn't touch it. I was almost going through a mourning period of, oh my God, my last meal. Like, I've seen and heard that it works, or fear of failure. I don't know what my deal was, but I had to have like 30 last meals. I'm like, oh, if I want tacos one more time, and, I need to mentally prepare for this. But I'm kind of glad that I did it that way, that I took time to mentally prepare myself, because if this worked like everybody claimed it worked, this is going to be my last weight loss journey. That's really powerful. Think about that. This could be and this probably will be your last weight loss journey. If you have been dieting your whole life like I have been, is that not just absolutely incomprehensible that this could be it? It's mind-blowing. So let me just tell you, I get a lot of people. I am very vocal about being on this weight loss journey to my friends, family, random people at Costco. I never in a million years would think that I would tell people exactly down to the ounce what I weighed that day. And I do. I will tell anybody that will listen. 229.6 pounds. And I am so damn proud of that. I am so proud of that. Coming from over 300 pounds just 5.5 months ago, I am so proud of that. And I will tell anybody that will listen, because I believe in these drugs so very much to the inners of my core. It is my favorite subject. It's as if I discovered CrossFit or I bought an air fryer for the first time. That is my level of, or I'm vegan, or I've switched to keto. We all have those friends, and that's all they can talk about. That's me. Everywhere I go, I'm that chick, and I am so vocal about it and not ashamed. And that might not be you. And you might, and that's fine. That's why I'm here. I want to be your friend and help you get through this, because I wish I would have had better support and guidance when I first started this in January 9th of this year. And I've lost 70 pounds. That is a small human being. 70 pounds. Is that not just incomprehensible? But there are some things I wish I would have done differently, or some things I wish I would have known. And I'm going to get into those with you right now. So you've taken your first injection. How long did it? I'm only going to go on my personal experience. I'm not going to do hypotheticals. I want to tell you what I experienced. And if you have questions, ask them. If you want to email me privately, this is my email address. You can tell me whether it's okay to use your name, you want to remain anonymous, but I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So feel free. I use me all you want to. So I did my first shot, and it was like this great build up, and then kind of nothing. I had this excitement, because if this is going to fail, it's going to fail on me. If there's going to be a not success story, it's going to be me. Leading up to this, I wanted to go into this with the best manifestation, the best everything possible. But in the back of my mind, there's still a great possibility that I'm going to fail. And that is really scary. So I took my first shot, and the next day I didn't feel great, but I wasn't sick. I didn't have nausea. I had done a colon cleanse the week before, just that crap you buy at Trader Joe's for $10. And I'd done a colon cleanse the week before because I was worried about the side effects, because that is what is in the media. Side effects, side effects, side effects, side effects. I didn't have any, right? I never got nauseous. The only thing was I was tired the next day. That was it. And so, but that's not the same for everybody. You could have a load of side effects. I have no idea if you're going to be nauseous, have diarrhea, constipation, sulfur burps. I have no idea, but I didn't have any that following day. Day 2 rolls around. I'm good. I'm still have an appetite, rolling through the day. Day 3 rolls around, and there was a flicker. Something felt different, and I couldn't put my finger on it, and I didn't know if it was a placebo effect or if I was just imagining the way I was feeling, but something definitely felt different. Day 4 felt a little more different, but I still wasn't convinced it was the medication, right? Because you hear online too, I'm talking about Tirzepatide, Mounjaro, and Zepbound. Ozempic will be different, but you hear 2.5 is a loading dose. I call bullshit. It's just different for everybody. I was afraid anyways, but I was afraid that it was just a placebo or just me, not knowing exactly the way I felt. But I kind of felt like maybe I wasn't hungry, but I still could eat. The next day, I had no appetite. And I mean absolutely nothing. And it was amazing. It was just so cool. It was just so refreshing to wake up and just not be hungry. But it's weird, right? And I really consider, like, I there's so many aspects of this. If you have a friend that's like in AA, or anybody that's in recovery going through the steps, like, that's why they think they give so many tokens out in the beginning, because the further you get, so like day one or whatever that's called in AA, your day one going forward, the farther you get from day one, the farther you get from those bad habits, the farther you get into your sobriety of junk food, if you want to put it that way, the more successful I think I'm going to be. So I wasn't hungry at all. By like day 6, I was like repulsed by food. Absolutely repulsed. And then I went into and had my next shot on day 7, and it started everything. Things I wish I would have done differently from the start, knowing what I know now. I lost 70 pounds. A lot of that was inflammation, because I lost 20 some odd pounds the very first month, and it was inflammation. Now, let me just stop right there. When you lose this massive amount of weight and you ask people, you're like, oh, the first month I lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20, 25, whatever, 5, I don't know, whatever an audacious amount of weight to lose for your type and your height and your body. And the next words out of the person's mouth is, oh, it's just water weight. It's such a defeating feeling, because you're just so excited that something's working. The scale is moving. I want to let you know, good for your damn water weight, because that's kind of the goal of a lot of our problems is freaking inflammation. Inflammation is so problematic to every single system of our body that, thank God, we're getting rid of that inflammation weight, a lot of it, that first month. And how much better do you freaking feel? So instead of diminishing how amazing it is, if you've lost a substantial amount of weight and everybody's telling you, oh, it's just water weight, I'm telling you right now, congratulations. You had no business of carrying, even if all of the 20 pounds that I lost was water weight. You have no business carrying 20 extra pounds of water in your body. And congratulations. You finally found a medication, a peptide, that's making your body have positive changes. So I want to be the first to congratulate you on your water weight, because that is not just water weight. That is just freaking amazing. So hats off. It just bothers me, because I just remember going into TikTok chats, and I was like, I lost 20 pounds my first month. And people are like, oh, it's just water weight. Just want to let you know. Oh, it's just water weight. Oh, it's just water weight. It was such a diminishing feeling, and I felt so defeated, because I was so excited about where I was. I was getting no support in my victory, but yet people that were struggling got all the support in the entire world, which they should, but we all should get support. So I want to tell you, if that's you, congratulations, and I think it's absolutely freaking amazing. My soapbox. Oh, shoot, I didn't do my thing. This is very important. I bought shit to make this happen. Hang on. Just so that we are absolutely clear. None of the information that you're going to hear here today is medical advice. I am actually not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a medical professional of any kind. Nor should you take or change or modify anything in your life. I don't know how to say the disclaimer. Without talking to your medical professional first. Because I am just a person on the internet. And before you change things to your specific health, you should talk to your doctor and somebody who knows you, not advice from some idiot on the internet. So that is my disclaimer. I want to not go off and utilize the rest of this video to talk about the normal things, what to expect. I'll do that in another video. I want to present you as something very, very different. I think that I was so successful in my journey because of my personal accountability. I had tremendous accountability for everything that went in my mouth. Now, I'm not a triggered person. I don't have triggers hopping on the scale. It's embarrassing, but I don't have triggers of it. I don't have triggers with food logging, and I don't have triggers with diet culture. That's me. If that is not you, you should probably end the video, because everything I'm about to say could be triggering, and I want you to have the most successful journey possible. So I'd probably cut it right here. You could follow my other content. That would be rad, because I have a totally small channel. I've invested in a lot to get this information out, and that would be an amazing way to support me and support my channel and supporting what I do. But I just want to give fair warning that if you have triggers towards this type of information, click away. I approach this different to any advice that I had seen from almost every single creator. There are a few fitness bros that have not been in a obese body, have not been overweight, that are giving really good advice, but could they really relate to me? I don't know. But I knew that I wasn't going to approach this half-assed. I was going to log every morsel of food that went into my body, down to the cloves of garlic I added to stuff. And it was really eye-opening to me on how many calories, if I were computing it in my head off of, what do they call it? Intuitive eating, that I would have missed. And those calories add up. And I, at the end of this, need to train myself and my body to get into healthy habits, and just kind of freeballing it. It at the end wouldn't work for me and who I am as a person. I need accountability. I need to know how I got into this, how healthy I'm going to be at the end. And I needed to understand everything. So food logging to me was quintessential. I logged everything. I use an app called MyFitnessPal. You can download it for free. There's a free version and a paid version. Don't let the app psych you out about all their paid stuff, because they push it. I still use the free version, and it works absolutely fine. It can link up to your smart scale. It can link up to a bunch of stuff, and all the free features on them are vast, and utilize them. So I use that. So I was logging every single morsel of food that went into my body. I did my online BMR calculator, basal metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate is basically the amount of calories that your body needs to stay idle. Think about it as your car with gas in it and the engine's on. How much gas is needed to sustain that car to be on? That is your basal metabolic rate. And then calculated based on your level of activity is how many calories that you exert, and then you try to go into a calorie deficit. The standard notion of thinking is 500 calories. That's standard. You make your own decisions on that, because I made my own decisions on mine. What I wish I would have done differently is, everybody talks about protein, right? And I think that sometimes understanding why it's so important, instead of someone just telling you it's more important. Like, we've been told diet and exercise is important our whole life, yet here we are. So I had to understand why protein was important. And the biggest thing that I have found of why protein is important, because it retains muscle mass in a severe calorie deficit or calorie deficit. And the more muscle mass, if you remember nothing from this video, the more muscle mass that you retain, the less work you have to do, because it takes a lot of calories to hold on to muscles. It's a lot easier for your body to exclude the muscles and operate on basically low power mode, like our phones, and get rid of the muscles, because muscles take a lot of calories, a lot of caloric energy to maintain. So if you can preserve the muscles, you will burn more calories per day, and ultimately have to do less work. So maintain your muscles. And you think you don't have any? You weigh what you weigh, and you're losing weight. You're lifting weights every day, a million times a day on micro corrections. walking up the stairs, anything that you do, you're lifting your own body weight. So you have muscles. It takes a significant amount of muscles to support your frame if you're overweight. So try to maintain them. I did a half-assed job on my protein, and I know that I lost a lot of muscles. I was so focused on trying to do everything right, trying to get every morsel of information that I could into me. I was like, well, I just can't have protein drinks. They have sucralose and X, Y, and Z. I need to get through real food, but I'm not hungry. So how can I get it through real food? Here's where I am now. I am not hungry. I am not hungry at all. And guess where we're just going to have to leave some stuff on the table to deal with a different day. And I do protein drinks. I have my creatine, protein, collagen in the morning because I am getting Ozempic face, and that's cool with me. I don't care. I'd rather be Ozempic face than fat face. That's where I am. I've accepted it. I'm okay with it. And I do that in the morning, and I try to make it about 40 grams because it's controversial of how much protein your body can absorb at any one time. And when I have my protein, that's when I take my supplements, in particular iron. I'm anemic. That's really important to me, and things just go better with it. Supplements are a whole different game for a whole different day. I go about the day, I get another 40 grams in. I try to get 140 grams of protein in a day, minimum 120. I take my goal weight times 0.8. For me, that is 120. And that's my absolute minimum amount of protein I get per day. I've now incorporated strength training. I can't do actual muscle lifting, so I have a custom EMS suit by a company called Catalyst. I'm getting DEXA scans. That thing is absolutely life-changing. Again, a different topic for a different day, but I am getting strength training every other day. And DEXA scans are proof of how it actually works. And if you want information on DEXA scans, there's a discount in the link below. But the DEXA scan does like a whole thing of your body. It's basically like a metabolic calculator online. That's just an average. This is the exact. I know exactly how many calories I need for my basal metabolic rate. So I'm getting my protein today through shakes. Is it optimal? Absolutely not. But is it what I can do right now? Yes. Is it going to be ultimately be better for me? Yes. Hopefully one day will I get protein from actual protein sources? I hope so. But that's where we are. So if I was focusing on anything, if I were you, protein. And as long as it's okay with your doctor, I really don't care what kind. So let me just offer you this. You're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. What if you went hard for 1 month and just see how you are? Just gave it 1 month or give it 2 weeks of just going hard at it, giving it everything you got, like this is going to work. Because for me, I don't know how long this satiety is going to last. And I hear it wears off eventually. Eventually, I'm going to want to eat food again. So I want to train my body. Well, I'm not hungry. Well, I have this mountain of help from amazing science and technology. I want to utilize every second of it. And I don't want to waste it on unnecessary snacking or cheating well, I can figure out how to eat healthy at the McDonald's drive-thru, or I can order it this way. Yeah, sometimes I want to go out with my friends and I make different choices. But in the very beginning, when I'm trying to train my body to be differently, when I'm just at day one of my sobriety, I wanted to do everything in my power to stay as far away from everything that got me where I was going. Do I have different circumstances than you? Probably. I don't have small children. I don't have traditional work constraints and stressors. I understand that. And I don't trust me. My privilege does not escape me of those things that I have. But I know that you can modify your behavior in a way to just give this the best shot you possibly can. I encourage you to consider it. What if you just tried it for a week or 2 weeks to say, I'm not going to have any soda. I'm going to drink an adequate amount of water and I'm going to have protein. And I freaking hate lifting weights. So I'm going to get those ones that you just taper at, like the Velcro ones around your wrist. Or I'm going to walk with my friends. Like I think strength training over cardio any day of the week. But right now, when we're so far in the beginning, anything is good, but try to build your muscles. I know it sucks. It sucks. I don't want to go to the gym. I freaking hate it. I would rather be dragged through the salt mines naked than have to stand there on a stupid treadmill at the gym. I hate it so. I get so bored. There's nothing to do. I'm sitting there going for an hour, and at the end of it, it says, oh, you have burned. Congratulations. You burned 110 calories. I'm like, whoop de freaking do. And those calories burning is only good for while you're there. Well, strength training, while your muscles are repairing from all those micro tears, you're burning calories for hours and hours after. And then you're building muscles, which take more calories to burn. So just all around, strength training is where it's at. I'm going to just drill this. I can't talk about it enough. Because I wish that I would have had somebody yell at me and say, strength training, protein, water. Cut out the soda. Cut out the high-calorie energy drinks. Even your healthy juices. Flip over the label. Look how much grams of freaking sugar is in there. It's a lot. Get some low sodium electrolytes. Put that in your water. It might suck at first. That's okay. The results are going to be worth it. And you're worth it. You really are. You've come this far. Look at everything that you've been through. Just give it, I know you're probably just so tired of diets. And you're so tired of just nothing ever freaking working. You can do this. I believe in you. You can do this. You can say no to the sugar. You can say no to the diet soda. It's your journey and it's in your hands. And I want you to do it your way. But I just wanted to present you with the idea of what if you gave it everything you got and didn't leave anything on the table? And what if you just did it for like 2 weeks? And then what if 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks? Or what if you can't comprehend that? What if you just gave it 2 days, 3 days, just like literally like our AA, I think we're going to call it like GLP Anonymous. Just one day at a time, one step at a time. And you have your sponsor right here to help you because I want nothing but the best from you. I really, really do. And that concludes my TED Talk. Have a great day.